Yo, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to the D-Night Show. Welcome to the D-Night Show, man. Before I get started, I'm gonna say this. I'm not a Democrat, and I'm not no Republican. Alright? I don't want y'all thinking I'm caping for Donald Trump, because I'm not caping for that man. I know all his flaws, and he's fucked up with that. I know he showed mad hate towards the five guys in New York. I also know about him not wanting nobody to live in his apartment complex and all that. And I listen to y'all on your texts calling him all types of assholes and shit like that. My question to y'all is, okay, he's an asshole. What about Joe Biden? Because Donald Trump did nothing, nowhere compared to the shit that Joe Biden and Bill Clinton and the Black Caucus, so fuck the Black Caucus, fuck y'all, because y'all voted for that motherfucking crime bill too. Think I don't know. So, like I said again, I'm not caping for him. But the reason why I think Donald Trump may have saved our asses, because if you look on my pages, I got pictures exposing all them Democratic bitches. Obama, Hillary Clinton, Dr. Fauci the mole, the CDC, the World Health Organization, the Clinton Foundation, the Zuckerberg Foundation, alright? If you go on my page and look at all those pictures, you will see Hillary Clinton chilling hard with my man Bill Gates, right? Now, her organization and the Bill Gates organization is like this, alright? Now, what if Donald Trump would have lost and we got Hillary in there? She's like this with Bill Gates. And we know Bill Gates is like this with who? Xi Jinping, right? Now, he got Hillary in his pocket. If she was the president, it wouldn't be 1 million people infected with the virus. It'd have been 1 million people dead from the fucking virus. Because she would have hooked that shit up even quicker and more slicker. Okay? That's why I said Donald Trump saved our ass. Because had he not got in and fucked up their whole game plan, their whole scheme, there'd be much more of us dead today. Facts. Facts. I got the pictures. Look at the pictures. The pictures speak 1,000 words. So if Hillary would have got in office, guess what would have happened? There'd have been 1 million dead and maybe 3 million infected. Now, this is something else that comes to mind. As we know, the divided states, they went to war for a lot less than what's happening now. They went to killing people for a lot less than what's happening now. Perfect example. When them buildings got hit, America, the divided states was on the warpath. Oh, we got to fight. We got to fight somebody. We getting ready to attack. Somebody got to get attacked. Now that was just killing like, and what, it was less than 5,000 people died during that time at that incident. And the divided states was on a warpath. They just had we finding somebody to bomb. That's the bottom line. Then they pick a country that didn't have nothing to do with them buildings coming down in Iraq, right? And killed an innocent man that did not kill nobody in the U.S. And that's Saddam Hussein, okay? They killed him, he was innocent, he had nothing to do with them buildings going down, right? But we had to find somebody. Now, wait a minute. You got a country, a communist country, release a virus that's killing hundreds of thousands of your people. why the United States ain't up in arms? That shit is an act of war. Period. That's an act of war. Okay? You don't see the United States up in arms. We gonna go fight. We have to. You know why? Because I firmly believe the United States has something to do with releasing that motherfucking virus. That's it. Because if they didn't, why, it should be World War III right now, man. You see how many of our people's dying? That's called biological warfare. Look it up. Biological warfare. Using viruses and chemicals as a weapon to destroy your enemy. Why the United States ain't up in arms? I'll tell you why. If they ain't up in arms about that shit, the way they was up in arms about them buildings falling is because they're in bed with these motherfuckers. They know, yo. That's what I'm saying. And that's why I said I think Donald Trump saved our asses by getting elected. That's it. I ain't say he did anything major, great. The greatest thing he did was get in office, because if that Hillary bitch would have got in, I guarantee you'd have been a million dead, 2-3 million fucking with the virus by now. And it might have happened sooner than this. So now, and that's facts. Look at my pictures, go on my page on the Facebook. When I was breaking them Democrats off, look at part 3, you pull up the picture and you will see it. Also, Obama, Dr. Fauci, all the motherfuckers that I named earlier, they should be put to death for treason. And if you go on part 3, I got the definition of treason up there. And all of them motherfuckers did it. All of them, including Obama. He should be put to death too for that. Motherfucker. Now, that's facts. And that's facts. Now, if I was the president, I would automatically consider that was an act of war. I had an emergency meeting with the G Summit. I'd have got the UK and all these people that's dying, and we would have all been in agreement. That's an act of war. Then I'd have shot my B-52s up in the air over China. I'd start sending my battleships and all that shit around China, because we about to dig in your ass, nigga. What? We getting ready to dig in your ass. If y'all they didn't do that. Why? Because they was with China. And remember, and this is something I remember, I was watching one of Trump's interviews, and I remember, now Trump tell a lot of lies, and he said a lot of bullshit. Like I said, I'm not a Republican. He do say a lot of bullshit, and he say some lies, but every now and then he slide a truth in between those lies. And here's one of them. He said, and I quote, "If I didn't get elected, there wouldn't be a United States." And I believe that shit 100, because the research that I did shows the same thing. If he didn't get elected, there wouldn't be a United States. They want that World Order 1, World Order shit, and that Agenda 21 shit is real, man. So that's how I would have acted. Then I would have gave the Chinese that's in the United States an opportunity. Y'all can either get out, or if y'all stay, we don't have a problem, but you're gonna be watched. You are gonna be watched in case you try to join alliance with Xi Jinping and try to attack us while we're here. So y'all would be watched like a motherfucker. Cause like I said, I would have took that as an act of war, which it should be taken as. And then I would tell them, yo, them few $1 trillion that we owe you, nigga, you ain't getting a dime. Not a dime. You know who got that money? Everybody that died. Everybody family that lost somebody would have been getting paid off with that Xi Jinping money. And I'm not bullshitting.